Hi everyone, I'm Juji and I'm here with Lee, Shira, Kim, and Terrace. We are 5 friends, speakers and professionals from different cultures, backgrounds, and age groups coming together to offer healing and inspiration. Today, we're continuing with our Favorite Things series, where we'll share with you some of our favorite things from our self-care practices to creative expressions that resonate with us to even our favorite foods. And while we're sharing, take the time to reflect on what brings you joy. Today, we're going to hear from Kim. Are you ready to share with us your journey, Kim?
I am. I'm very excited. I'm going to start with something that I have sitting right next to me that is one of my favorite things. It is inactive nutritional yeast, which I'm sure Taris and Lee are freaking out about right now. It's a company called Bragg. Is it Bragg's? No, it's Bragg. And they make amazing products, apple cider vinegar, just a ton of things, and great brand. And so it's basically, has a great nutty, almost cheesy texture to it. So for anyone that's non-dairy and can't have dairy, it's such an awesome thing to put on anything to give it like a little bit of a cheesy flavor. I put it on everything, especially my eggs and my vegetables. A lot of vegans will have this because a lot of people get their vitamin Bs from animal protein, but if you're not eating animal protein, or if you just don't eat enough animal protein and you don't take a vitamin B supplement, this is just a great way because it has vitamin B12, B5, B7. I think I started taking this originally because it's very good for your skin. All of those B vitamins are really, really good for the skin. And you guys know that I struggle with a skin disease, psoriasis. So I think that's why I originally introduced it into my diet, but it has become one of my most favorite things in the whole world because it's so delicious. Let me just see. Oh, and it also has fiber and protein. So it's just an overall really amazing, I consider it like a seasoning, even though it's just inactive yeast. That's all it is. But
like
in my mind, it's a seasoning.
You just sprinkle it on stuff?
Yeah, you just sprinkle it on anything. And I believe 1 tablespoon of it is equivalent to a B vitamin. So it's great. I love it.
Yeah, I love it too, Kim. I love it too. And it is like a seasoning. It's great. The first time I ever heard of nutritional yeast is I used to buy these kale chips that were cheesy. It was actually called cheesy flavor. And I would love them. And I was like, how do they taste so cheesy when it's dairy free? And I found out it was nutritional yeast. And that's what, yeah, that's what.
Definitely, me too, Lee. Same with me. And I ended up finding this amazing recipe to make vegan. I'm not a vegan, by the way, but sometimes I am. Some days I am. I make it. There's this amazing mac and cheese recipe that is like this with cashews and like you put it in the blender.
I need that recipe.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and butternut squash like is in there, like it's so good. Yeah,
so good. Oh yeah, we want that recipe. Well, I am going to tell you that one day I ran out of breadcrumbs in my house and I was making meatballs, and I opened the cabinet and I found that, and I'm like, I wonder if I could use these. Best meatballs I ever made.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna try that.
Yeah. So no cheese and no breadcrumbs, and just mix it right on up.
But a cheese flavor. How can you go wrong?
Yeah, that's a good So the next thing, and it's funny because I almost forgot to put this on my favorite thing list. And as I was getting ready earlier today, I saw it because I was putting it on. And I was like, okay, this tops all of my favorite things in the world, so I can't not talk about it. So I actually just switched one of my things earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna, tell me if you can see it. It's my love ring.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes.
It says the word love.
Yep.
You see it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this is, I'm gonna try not to cry. This is so sentimental because my mom comes from, well, let me not get into it. My mom doesn't express love the way my dad does. You know, we all express love in a different way. My dad is I take after my dad, very mushy, very like wear his heart on his sleeve. He will hug you to death, kiss you to death, tell you he loves you before hanging up the phone. I mean, he's very mushy. So I get that from him. And my mom is opposite. You know, my mom, you know, and it all has to do with childhood, I'm sure. You know, she grew up with Holocaust survivors, very poor, very, very poor. Very much, I think, a lot of fear, you know, in that house. And she's not mushy. She's not mushy at all. She, you know, she doesn't say, I love you. She doesn't hug you. I mean, you know, I have gotten those things from her in my life here and there, but it's not a natural thing for her. And that's fine. It's okay. You know, we're all different. But she gave me this ring, like, I don't know, 7-8 years ago. She just happened to find it. And I don't even know who gave this to her. I don't even think she remembers. But she said, oh, do you want this? You know, I found this. It's really cute. It reminds me of you so much. Like, do you want this?
Aw.
And she said, it doesn't fit my finger anymore. And it fits my pinky. And it literally is like, my mom, it was a way for my mom to give me love and to show me love. So that was like, and can you believe that I put this away when I moved like 3 or 4 years ago, and I just found it like last year. And when I was cleaning my whole room out to move again, and I found it, and I just like literally fell to the floor in tears, because I was like, my mom is giving me love, and it was sitting in a box for like 3 years. So it's just.
I remember when you found that, Kim. Like, I remember it was so significant the day, because like you were asking the universe for something, and the ring just like popped up, and it was such a crazy story.
Totally.
That's beautiful. I love that sentence too. My mom gave me love.
Yeah. Yeah. It was her way of showing me love and giving that to me. And I need that from her, you know, so, okay.
We all need a little love from our mamas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we don't get it.
So, all right, let me switch to a much lighter favorite thing, which I think some of you will freak out as well. It's another food item, because I just love food like you guys do. It's, okay, I am in love with, this isn't my favorite thing, but I am in love with, if I'm going to have a bagel whenever, it has to be everything bagel, because I love the seasoning, the salt, the garlic, the onion, the sesame, the poppy. And Trader Joe's makes everything but the bagel seasoning. And let me tell you something. This is insanely good on salads.
Asparagus.
Everything.
So good on asparagus.
Oh, I haven't had it on.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to get that.
It is so good. Trader Joe's sells it. I think they're the only ones that sell it. It might be like trademark Trader Joe's, but it's
everyone has it.
You could see the seasonings inside. It's just
I have to go to Trader Joe's this week. I'm so excited.
You have to get it. It's amazing. So, okay. My next one is, well, it's twofold. It's skincare and food related. It's coconut oil. Hold on, let me show you the brand I got.
Oh, this is fun. Rub it all over your body and then eat it. Sorry.
These are probably literally the top 5 things in my world that I like use on a daily basis or think about on a daily basis or whatever. But so I love Trader Joe's. They have organic, and it's cold pressed and unrefined. It's coconut oil, which contains fatty acids, healthy fatty acids. Oh wait, let me keep it out actually. So I started using this actually at the beginning of my health journey. I used it for my skin because I was just reading so much about what it does for skin. It hydrates it. It keeps the moisture retained. What else does it do? It has antibacterial properties. It protects it. Like I've in the past 9 years, I've used nothing else. I melted down under hot water in the sink, and I put my lavender or any other type, probably mostly lavender essential oils. I put some drops in there, and then I just put it all over my face, my body. I mean, everywhere. Mm-hmm. Some people do not like it on their skin. Why are you laughing?
I put that shit on everything.
Oh, I should do a Juji. I put it on everything. But it's the thing that I love so much about it is, like, I personally love it, but I have friends who have skin issues as well, and they don't love putting it all over their skin because they say it's like greasy. But I don't care. I mean, I put leggings on top, like nothing. It doesn't seep through the material, at least for me. And when I put it on my face at night, it kind of dries up enough before I go to bed or before in the morning before I put makeup on. So I love it. And the great thing about this that I wanted to mention was that it has, like, you Googled coconut oil, it has like over 100 uses, which is bananas.
Yes.
People use it for their hair. People use it for cooking. So that's another thing I just wanted to mention about cooking. So I use this to cook with as well. I put this in the pan if I'm going to cook vegetables, or I smear, I have coconut butter and I smear it on my toast. And what's so great is it's a medium chain fatty acid. So it actually, it burns in your body as energy, not as fat, which is really good and very healthy for you. So it doesn't store it as fat. Yeah. So in love, coconut oil all the way.
Yeah.
I want to add something to that. I started using coconut oil all over my body, probably like maybe 5 years ago or so, maybe even longer. And anytime I go out in the sun, first of all, I use it probably every day, but it is the best protector for sun. Like, I never, ever, ever get burnt when I use coconut oil out in the sun.
And you wouldn't really think so, because it's an oil, right? So
it is like the greatest protector. And if you are burnt, like, let's say if my son or something gets burnt and he goes out, I say, instead of the aloe, just rub coconut oil all over your body, and the burn, like, is just gone instantly.
It's amazing how many things you can use coconut oil for. It's really amazing. It's like a solution for, even like scarring and this and that. Love it. People do pulling with it. Have you heard?
Oh yeah.
I do that every day.
Yeah.
What is it?
It really works well. It's supposed to get your teeth whiter and get rid of some of the
impurities. I brush my teeth with it. I brush sometimes, not every day, but sometimes I'll take a little coconut oil, my toothpaste, and just brush my teeth. If like I need to really.
I never used it on my teeth. Usually I commend you. I did try pulling, which, that's another great tool if people want to look into that. I just can't do it. I gag. I can't. I give you credit.
I love
that?
doing
Can you
it.
say that word again?
How long do you do it for, Juji?
So my routine is that I have breakfast, and then when I'm doing the dishes from breakfast, the amount of time that it takes me to finish doing the dishes and clean up afterwards, it's like 5 to 10 minutes.
Wow, bravo. Yeah, I mean, they say you can do it up to 20 minutes, and that that's hard to do.
But what are you talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about.
So Shira, pulling is putting some of the oil in your mouth, and there are several different oils you can actually use. You can use like jojoba oil or maybe even sesame oil, and it pulls toxins out of your gums and your teeth. And coconut oil, they say, also helps to whiten your teeth, but they do recommend that, or if you can, you put a little teaspoon, let's say, in your mouth or less, and then you start swishing it around. You're literally swishing and swishing and swishing for as long as you can stand it. It's not easy to do it for a long time.
Anyway, our viewers can definitely Google about that because there's so much to be said for that. But yeah, coconut oil all the way. And it processes in your body like totally different than a regular oil, like any other oil.
And coconut oil has a lot of fat, but there is a whole controversy about that as well, because people don't want to take in fats, and some of the fats are unsaturated, or saturated actually, but they do work differently than some other very highly toxic saturated fats.
Yep.
Yeah, I love it. So I wanted to save the best for last, although I think now I'm thinking the best is probably my love ring, but this one's good too. So this starts off with, I just want to preface this with my favorite thing with a story. I think you guys have probably heard me tell this story in my workshops, but I'm going to repeat it for everyone who's listening. So I had an old boss of mine, and one day we were at work, and her brother called her and said, there's a possibility that I can get Madonna tickets tonight. She's playing at the Garden. And this woman and her brother were both at the time in their 50s, and they had never seen Madonna live. So you could only imagine the excitement. This was a very once in a lifetime thing for them. And he said, I should know by around 3 o'clock. And the entire day, this woman, anytime I went in her office, which was all day long, she was on the phone with her brother, planning out the whole night. They were so beyond excited and going crazy. They decided they were going to get a car service. They were going to both go home after work, get all dolled up, and then take a car, go to dinner, and then take the car to the Garden, and then just like really do it up and have the most fun, most exciting night ever. So this went on all day. And then around 3 o'clock, I had went in there, and her brother could not get the tickets. And my first reaction was like my heart sank, and I just looked at her and I said, you must be so disappointed. And she was like, I had the best day of my life. She's like, this was by far the best day I've had at work in a really long time. So right then and there, it taught me this huge life lesson that we can choose how we feel every single day. So we can want all these things, and it's literally irrelevant if we get them or not. But we can choose. Are we going to feel excited and happy about the potential of something happening or getting something? Or are we going to just stay in the fear and live in the fear of like, oh my gosh, I might not get that thing. Oh, I really hope I get, like, there's a choice that we get to make every single day about how we look at life. So from that experience I had, my two favorite words, which is my last favorite thing in the world, and has become it's a self-care practice, is the words, what if? I know you guys totally already know where I'm going with this. What if has like totally had a huge profound effect on my life, because before coming up with that, I mean, I've always done affirmations and like worked on myself and all that stuff, but the two words, what if, you know, we all know that like most of the planet is walking around what ifing in the negative. You know, there's, what if I don't get that job? What if I can't afford that vacation? What if I don't have enough money for this? What if I don't, whatever? What if I don't meet my soul? Like I can go on and on. Yeah. And the thing is like, we all know that what you think about, you bring about, you know, what you put out there is what you get back. So, and by saying what if to the negatives, and it's such a natural thing, we're designed to think so negatively. We're literally choosing to focus on the negative. So if we have a choice, then we can actually, if we pay attention and make it a practice, which we all know is like, that is this journey. It is a practice. You have to practice. But if we take the words what if, and we take that thought and we're like, well, what if I get the job? Or what if I meet an amazing person? Or what if I, you know what I'm saying? So by actually like trying to like, not trying, by stopping yourself in the moment and going, oh, there it is again. I what if to the negative. Okay, well, what's the opposite of that? What if, and then fill in the blank. And if you make it a habit of just, I know it takes time to create a habit, but if you could like just focus on that every day, just take one day at a time, it's like life-changing, because all of a sudden out of nowhere, time passes, and then all of a sudden you're like talking so positively to yourself and you're getting excited about these potential things. And if they don't happen, it's okay. Like that's life. Life is yin yang. But if it does happen, you manifested that shit. So to end this, I would really love if maybe one or two of you could volunteer and take a what if statement, maybe like something like to the negative, something that maybe you've experienced in the past, something you thought in the past, or even recent, and flip it into a what if positive. Who's willing to do that? Taris. Yeah. Okay, start with the what if negative statement. What if
I mean, this is kind of sort of really maybe a little embarrassing that I'm saying this, but whatever, I'm just going to do it. So obviously we all know that I'm getting married pretty soon, and I am getting married to someone who I've only known for, let's say 6 months or so. And it just totally, it was like, we just knew that we were made for each other. So because he is not from around here, he is an immigrant. And, you know, the first question everybody asks is like, what if he's just marrying you for a green card? Like, you know, so that does go through my mind. And I'm like, oh my God, what if he's just marrying me for that reason? And then every day, not every day, because I don't think about it every day, but when it does come up, I switch it and I go, but what if this is God's really great creation? So, I mean, that's what I think, like all the times, you know, whenever it comes up for me, I get, and, you know, not even what if this is God's great creation, but I tell myself this is only God could have created what has happened here.
For sure. For sure. It's definitely the latter. It's definitely the latter. I could say, I mean, I met him and there's no way he's in it for the green card.
Definitely not. No, definitely not. But it is funny when people say that. So, I do have a little chuckle to myself, and I'm like, oh God, if you only knew this guy, not him.
Paris, what if he is your soulmate and you are going to live happily ever after?
Yeah, no, I know it. It's just, it's crazy. It's like the most exciting thing in the whole wide world. Seriously.
Oh my God, I love that. And on that note, I think, ladies, this is the perfect place to wrap it up. Audience members, if you love our conversations, please click like and subscribe to our channel. Tell your friends all about us. And please also let us know if you have any comments, questions, and topic requests for us. Thank you so much for watching, and stay safe, everyone.
Thanks, Kim.